do surgeries, of course. My area of interest is mainly face and body. I do a lot of mummy makeover, face lifting, blepharoplasty, injectables as well.
Okay.
Understand your body. Do not push yourself over the limit. It's not a shameful thing. If you don't feel good, it's normal. You did the surgery. So whenever you start doing your...
Welcome back to Ring&REPS. I'm Luca, and today we are sitting down with someone who represents exactly what the show is about: discipline, successful, and mindset. He's not only one of the top surgeons in Dubai, but he's also one of my clients. Thank you so much, Dr. Carmelo, to being here today. How are you?
Thank you, Luca, for having me. I'm very good. Thank you very much. He'd say the right words. Discipline is the key, always. Not
Absolutely.
only in the gym when you yell at me to do one more rep, but I do the same with my patients. So let's dig inside this word of discipline, because unfortunately not everyone understands how important it is to focus on his own mindset to succeed with the procedure or with the training you are doing.
Absolutely. So the first question that I want to ask you, doctor, why Dubai? Why you choose to move to Dubai and not in another city or another country?
I didn't choose, actually. Dubai, or you love it or you hate it. I came here first time in 2007. I started looking around. I was still a young student in a medical school, just graduated actually in 2007. And then, I got the opportunity to come here and visit more often the place. I saw literally growing. I remember JBR, there were only a small tower, nothing
Which year,
else.
by the way?
2007, the first time I came,
wow.
and I moved in 2016. But in between, in these 10 years, almost in between, I had people saying, oh, why you don't try? I mean, Italy is good, but still, you can try to send your CV. And I did the application, and, they were sending me emails saying, okay, your CV is shortlisted. We will see. We will let you know, all these things. Then 2015, I submit one more time a CV. I was already a specialist. Of course, in the meantime, I did more practice. I was working in Milan. And out of the sudden, I had 15 interviews on the road.
Wow.
And yes, then I moved in 2016 here.
Okay.
And it's a challenge. It was, and it's still a challenge. First year, it was very bad for me. Starting from zero, after you already have your own established patient in Italy, starting from zero here was a bit frustrated. But then slowly, I believe I built up my name, and today we are here showing it off.
So you moved to Dubai in 2007. You was really young, right?
I was very young. I came here, it was summer. I remember it was very hot, and I was very young. It was about 1 month I'm staying here, but still no one offered me anything. So I went back to Italy, and I kept coming here once a year just for vacation and also to give a look around. And then finally in 2016, I had a big opportunity. I signed the contract in January. It was 7th of January 2016.
Oh, wow. Nice. And from there you start to work as a doctor surgeon in Dubai, right?
I started working here I was at the beginning a specialist plastic surgeon. Now I'm my transition is towards the consultant plastic surgeon, because of course after 10 years.
Okay, can you explain exactly what you're doing right now in Dubai?
So I'm the medical director and of course the chief of plastic surgery in Gulgam Clinics in Jumeirah Beach Road. I do surgeries, of course. My area of interest is mainly face and body. I do a lot of mummy makeover, face lifting, blepharoplasty, injectables as well.
Okay.
I am an international trainer for a few brands. I'm focusing also on butt filler. So I train, I would say, all over the world doctors about butt fillers and also biostimulators. And I'm a trainer also for laser liposuction in some of the Middle Eastern countries.
Okay, so which kind of client you have in your package? More European, Arabic people?
Well, I tell you, before 2020, I don't want to say before COVID, but yes, before COVID, let's say that, majority of my patients were locals. So I would say 90%, 85% of my patients were locals. Then slowly, when we saw all these affluent people coming to Dubai, these people moving from Europe, from America, from Australia to Dubai, I would say today I have a 60% of local patient and 40% expat. You know what is the beautiful thing? I have my nurse every night. She sends me the list of the appointment of the day after. name of the patient, file number, procedure, whatever, and then there is the nationalities. And out of 20 patients that I see every single day, 15 have different nationalities. So this is wonderful. And this is happening only in Dubai, I would say.
Absolutely. I can imagine. Yeah, especially because, you know, in this city, the people want to be nice. I think also on your side, it was a big challenge, no?
It was a big challenge, also changing the way how to operate, because it wasn't easy. Pretending a lot and promising a lot from the social, but in the reality we cannot match it. So
Absolutely.
you have to find the middle term and the middle way to make the patient happy without changing the anatomy, without saying, oh, I will send you to the moon and back. No, we have to be realistic.
Absolutely. You need to.
And sometimes it's a challenge because they come to me sometimes with pictures from the social media. I always say when I do my training, everyone got graduated in cosmetic medicine with Dr. Google and Professor Wikipedia. Now there is ChatGPT, which is even worse.
Of course.
So they come to you with pictures saying, I want to be like her, or I want to be in this way. If you cut 6 millimeters, well, surgery is different.
I think every person are different, you know.
100%. So I try always to match the patient expectation. I would say 95% of the times I'm successful. Sometimes we have to say the patient, no, it's not possible.
Okay. So do you have, for example, mostly lady or man that ask you for surgery or
lately
Botox?
I would say the main numbers is increasing. So of course women are always the first take the first spot, but I have a lot of men as well. Yes, so it's a mix. It's a mix patienthood, I would say. Men and women, majority of women of course, but also men, a lot of men.
You know, for me, Dubai, in some part of the cities, it looks like that is like to be in LA. So I remember when I was living in LA, everyone want to be nice. They want to have a Botox. They want to, you know, I think Dubai is similar.
Yes, but there is a huge difference.
Okay.
I've been in LA for a while as well. I was with very famous doctor, studying with him, and I did some practice with him. The mindset, just because we're talking, it's completely different.
Okay.
In the US, I'm talking about 15 years ago, of course, now probably changed, but still. In US, when a woman was doing a facelifting or a face resurfacing, and they had all the bandage around the head, they were almost happy and they were showing off. I saw people on the Rodeo Drive doing shopping in Vuitton or other brands with the bandage. So they don't care. It's okay. I did it. It's fine. It means I can. So it's a status, you know.
Yeah.
Here it's a bit the opposite. There are much more people that can afford, of course, the surgeries or the injectables.
Okay.
But thank God they don't want to show too much. So we try always to find a solution to keep them in a low profile way in order to give them a proper healing, not showing everyone that they did a big surgeries. And that's why it's very important to understand and follow the doctor directions, because otherwise, also because of the sun, you might have many more complications than expected. So we gotta be careful. I would compare the way of being beautiful with the LA. The way of showing it, it's completely different.
Okay. Thank you so much for this topic. And also, I would like to ask you regarding the abdominal plastic. I know that you make also this kind of surgery. So how is the procedures? So what you will do?
Well, the abdominoplasty or tummy tuck, it's one of the procedures which fall exactly in what we call mummy makeover. But not only, because tummy tuck can be done also on men.
Okay.
After massive weight loss, for example. The difference is that, of course, a woman, after several pregnancies, after delivery, after breastfeeding, has a very important relaxation of the muscles and the space of the abdominal wall in between the muscle, in between the abs. So in this way, the only way to fix it is going through a surgical procedure, tummy tuck or abdominoplasty. With abdominoplasty, not only I remove the excess of skin, I replace the area of the belly button positioning again in a proper way. But the most important thing, mainly for women with kids, is the repairing of the abdominal wall. So we do a repairing of the muscle, closing the space in between the muscle in order to give the perfect flat stomach and giving the option to the patient to train again and show also the abs if it's necessary.
Yeah, I think it's important also to continue to train. Otherwise, the fat it will.
Of course, 100%. After the procedure is called plication of the rectus abdomini. So after that, it is very important to rest at the beginning, because of course at least 1 month the patient needs to rest. But then we have to keep the result. Whenever a patient comes to me for liposuction or tummy tuck, because they are associated most of the time, saying, I want to remove this fat and then I will start the diet, or then I will start my lifestyle in a proper way, I will change my lifestyle. This is not the right approach. I prefer to prepare your brain first in order to follow a good lifestyle. You know already that you are entering this journey, and then doing the procedure to remove the imperfections. Doing the opposite sometimes lead to the bad result, because the patient is not has not been taught how to eat, how to behave, how to living his life or her life. So after 2 months they come back with some fat, and at that point I cannot do again a procedure.
Yeah, exactly. So you know why I ask you this question? Because mostly people they don't want to go to the gym, or they don't want to practice sports. They just want to be nice. It's like to make a shortcut, but I don't think so.
It will not work.
It will not work.
I am the living example of that, because I'm telling you, you met me in last June.
June we started.
Yes, we started in June.
Yeah.
I used to go to the gym when I was younger. I play still tennis. I used to do exercise. I'm swimming in my pool at home. I'm doing all this stuff. But you need someone to push you, because I had the excuse always saying, "Oh, I don't have time. I'm tired." You will
especially
find
in Dubai, the people are a little bit lazy,
You will find the time if you want. It could be at 5 in the morning or 10 in the evening, but those 45 minutes of training, 1 hour of training, you will find it.
Absolutely.
You will find it.
Yeah.
It might not be every day, 3 times, 2 times a week, but still it's an option to keep yourself on track.
Absolutely. And right now, where do you work? So do you work as a freelancer? Do you work in a specific clinic?
No, I work here in Dubai in Gulglan Clinic, where I'm also the medical director. And soon, from January, I will start also being available in Abu Dhabi once a week. And, I'm trying to look over the horizon. I love Dubai, I love Abu Dhabi, I love the UAE in general, but I would like to expand a bit more. Schools are expensive. I have 3 kids. Just kidding.
I can imagine.
I just want to be to produce more, to do more what I like, because I really love being in the operating theater. So I believe I would be around for a while, but still based in Dubai.
Okay, and what you expect in the next 10 years? So do you have a vision? What is going to happen on your job, on your career in the next 10 years?
Look, it's a challenge, my job right now. Not because I'm not the best or because I'm the worst. No, everyone knows how to do his job, I believe. I want to believe that. The thing is, I see a lot of competitors. And unfortunately, being the trainer of some of them, I know that not all of them can compete, because the knowledge, it's something that you build up with the time. So you have to be honest. I didn't start 20 years ago, 15 years ago, knowing how to do a facelifting. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Even now, I try always to update myself. I travel to US, I go to Italy, I go to Europe, paying.
Yeah, you invest a lot of time and a lot of money.
I have to invest of my job, of course. So in the future, I believe there will be a bit more of selection.
Okay.
So the ones which are really good will stay afloat, I would say. And this is a good news for me, for us, for all the plastic surgeons, but it could be a bad news for the patient, because unfortunately there are still a lot of patients that they give more advantage, I would say. They put their choice based on the price of the procedure and not on the experience of the professional.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right. And about the fitness, so how was your journey since that we started to train together? So did you notice a difference since that we started?
Oh yes, man. I hate the leg day. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Of course, I notice a difference. I think everyone noticed a difference on myself. despite I could be even a bit more tired because we work out at 8 in the morning
Yeah,
usually, and
always
I
in the
have three
morning.
kids to send school before, so we wake up at 5:30 with my wife. Despite it should be a bit more tiring, at the end I feel more strong.
Okay.
So I have more energy, cortisol, all these beautiful things, hormones play huge roles. So my journey so far has been so good, very good. I like when I have the pain the day after because means we did a good job.
Absolutely.
I have to pay a bit more attention on my food. I'm trying to do that, but with my job, sometimes I enter the operating theater at 9 in the morning, I finish at 4. And I cannot eat in between. I don't have time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see the difference. I feel much better. My muscles are bigger, and I feel better. Yes.
And did you notice also some result with your job? I mean, you are more focused on your job since that you are okay.
Absolutely, because of feeling more energized, feeling more strong, on the same time helps me to be more focused on my job. And even when I do, like 3 hours and 4 hours liposuction, before I was ending the surgery and I was tired. Now it's like a normal workout we're doing every day.
Absolutely. So I think that's the problem in Dubai. Mostly people, they are always busy with the work. They don't have time to train. But I think for me, fitness is like a discipline. You need to put in your mind that every day or at least 3-4 times per week, you need to make a good time for you, go to the gym, train for not only for yourself but also for your mind. I think it's really important, especially if your work is always busy. If you have a work, if you have a family,
I tell you something, Luca, and then please stop me if I'm going out of topic. But now I will ask you something.
Yeah,
because,
absolutely.
I'm still a physician. I always say to my patient, before being a plastic surgeon, I studied for 6 years medical school. I did around 11 years of emergency between night shift, morning shift, operating theater, all this stuff. And you say something before, which is very true, the shortcut. We have young people, clients, let's call them clients because they are not sick, clients, that don't want to do efforts. And we are seeing now with this medication, aka Mounjaro, Ozempic, where people are losing weight without changing their habit, not knowing what the medication is made for. It's like, and tell me if I'm wrong, and I believe you coming from the US experience, from LA, Miami, and you know better than me this. It's like taking steroids to build up the muscles.
A lot.
Yes, it helps you. You get big, you get skinny immediately. What about what happened inside or the future? How many huge bodybuilders became fat
it's a lot.
after the finish?
A lot.
How many skinny patients became fat after they stop taking this medication? So we gotta be careful. Mother Nature made us as a perfect machine. Our body is a perfect machine. You have to train it not only physically but also mentally. It is very important. Putting in your mind, fixing in your brain an objective, a goal. It's the main thing that let you go ahead and skip all the problem and giving value to the effort you're doing.
Absolutely.
So
and also, right now the problem is the young generation. They want to go to the gym, or they want to get the results without suffering, without work hard. You need to work hard. You need to put in your mind. You need to set up on your mind that there are the rules that you have to respect. It's 100%. Not only about the fitness. It's about the work. It's about the life in general. So
we gave the title to this podcast as a mindset, right?
Exactly.
And
the mindset is the key for everything.
For everything. The key is for everything. It's the key for everything, not only for the workout, but also in your daily work, in your job, in your family engagement, in your normal life. We have to focus on what we really want, and we can achieve that.
Absolutely.
This is a must. This is something we should believe in it. And it's for me, when a patient, my goal, when I have a consultation with a new client, not a patient, new client, when, women, whatever, I try always to convince them not to do the surgery.
Okay.
Not because I'm stupid. I always say I will never be rich. But yes, I sleep at night because I'm honest. Why? Because surgery, each procedure, from the simple breast augmentation, simple of course, till the most invasive mummy makeover, it's a journey. And you know, you can have many speed bumps during the journey, but doesn't mean that the car you are driving is no good.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to accept the fact that the speed bumps can affect your life. So even when you start this kind of journey, the mindset is everything, because otherwise on the first complication, and trust me, complication will happen.
No, of
Because
course.
if you do work, if you do procedure, complication can happen.
I think it's part of the journey. You know?
And 100%. But if you trust your physician, your doctors, then automatically you solve the complication together. But if you are doing that without believing in what you're doing, you will find every single obstacle, every single speed bump a huge problem for your life, and you will end up fighting with your doctor or your trainer.
No, of course.
And not being happy, and accusing someone without a reason, because again, our body is a perfect machine, but we have to understand the limits.
Of course.
So
Yeah, I think even if you have some client that maybe want to reduce the belly, the fat on the belly, but if after that this person will not back on track with the diet and the training in gym, I think it will happen again, you know.
100%.
So,
I mean, I will remove as much fat I can. I can try to give the best result I can. And, you know, I have the before and after. I can show the patient we got the result. But if you don't change your lifestyle, it doesn't gonna happen in a good way. It will not work. You will not be happy.
yeah.
And that's why sometimes I tell very honestly to some patient, you know what, okay, we can do this procedure. We will plan it. It will be in 6 months, in 8 months. I believe you should believe a bit more in yourself, trust more yourself. And if you cannot do that, it's not an accusation as something offensive, but invest some money on someone who can help you to believe in yourself. There are professional psychologists, of course, which can really help you to understand the purpose of your life, instead of accusing the small defect on your face or the fat on your belly, you know, all these things. Oh, I want to do a liposuction because I cannot find an husband or a wife. It's not a problem of the tummy of your belly or your fat that you don't find someone. There is something else. So I can give you help to find a solution for that, but it's not the solution.
Absolutely, absolutely. For me, but this is my personal opinion, if someone really want to reduce the fat in the belly, I think these kind of people need to start on the beginning. So you need to set up your mind, you need to start to follow the diet, you need to train yourself, and after that, if you will not able to reduce the fat, maybe you can think about it to make a surgery. That's what I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
and this is another thing that unfortunately today is a big problem. The dogma, the meaning of some words. If you tell a patient you have to do a diet, you have to start a diet, automatically in their brain they're thinking, oh, diet means I'm fat. So this is something, maybe they are not fat, they just have some kg more. I always say, okay, diet is not a bad word. It's an educational program.
Absolutely.
It's something that teach you how to eat. I'm not saying you don't have to eat. Actually, in my opinion, and I come from a family, my father is a professor at the university.
Okay.
He is a nutritionist, he is an expert on that. So I think I understood something
Of
in the
course.
past. The perfect diet is the one where you speed up your metabolism, knowing which are the problem, of course, in your metabolism. So sometimes you eat even more than what you were eating before in a different way, 5 times a day. In this way, of course, you are still eating a lot, you are having a good result, and you are not being sacrificing yourself.
Absolutely.
But then, of course, the patient they cannot wait 1 year to lose 20 kg, so they go for the gastric sleeve, which is a good procedure in certain patient, or they do the balloon, the gastric balloon, or they take the Ozempic or the Mounjaro, or they try to find all the shortcut to lose
Yeah,
weight.
there's always shortcut to don't be straight to the diet.
And just to stay on my specialization of my area of interest, if you lose weight too fast, it's not sure that your skin is following the process.
Absolutely.
And that's why you lost a lot of weight in 2 months, but your skin is saggy, it will not go back. So then you are changing the approach. You don't have to remove the fat anymore, you lost all the fat, but now you have to cut the skin, which means scars. So automatically, for the patient becomes another problem. So mindset, trusting themselves, and trusting the doctor or the trainer they are following is a must to be successful.
Yeah, absolutely. And after this kind of surgery, how many weeks or how many months your client need to recover 100% before to go to the gym, for example?
Well, of course, it depends surgery by surgery, procedure by procedure. If it's a liposuction without cutting, without stitches, without incision, I tell my patient 10 days after, I want you to start doing some activity, which could be a fast walking on the treadmill. It could be a nice walk to the mall. I don't suggest them to go under the sun, of course, because they would sweat a lot, but still, I want them to start being on the track, you know, also because mentally make you feel good. You are free to do something. If I do invasive procedure, more invasive procedure, like tummy tuck or breast lifting, breast augmentation, I tell my patient to wait at least 1 month before doing exercise again. Then they can start doing a light exercise till they feel confident to go back to the weight, for example, they were doing before. And here there is another very important keystone. Understand your body. Do not push yourself over the limit. It's not a shameful thing. If you don't feel good, it's normal. You did the surgery. So whenever you start doing your exercise, whenever you start doing some activities, if you feel discomfort in your body, slow down, stop it, means you need a bit more time. Of course, we can make the healing process faster. There are several techniques lately we are using, like IV drip, ozone, how to transfusion, all these things help a lot.
There's a new trend, or
there is a new trend. It's something very old, which is coming now more trendy. You know what I mean? But it's something we always did. But now, because the social media pushing, of course, became a huge wave.
Everyone want to try.
Yes, everyone wants to try, exactly. So there are many things that the patient should understand. Nothing is 100% sure, but if the patient is following the right direction, starting a bit of exercise immediately, having nice food, protein, vitamins, so veggies, meat, fish, of course. I would say even pasta. Come on, guys. Carbs, sometimes they help you to feel better. And then we are Italian, so we know how we love pasta. Yes. Everything helps. Done in a proper way and under control of the physician or the trainer or whoever is following you in this journey.
Okay. And also in your career, did you do also, how do you call it, abdominal plastic, this kind of things? Did you do?
The tummy tuck, abdominoplasty again?
Yeah, this. Did you do before?
Yeah, of course I do. But this is something I do almost every week. Tummy tuck, abdominoplasty, it's something we do. It's the same I was telling before with the muscle plication on patient who got kids, so they got pregnant. So there is a diastasis, it's called, space in between the muscle. We fix this space, creating basically a plication of the abdominal muscle, and then we remove the excess of skin.
And did you do some surgery for yourself?
I did. What about you? No, kidding. Yes, I did. When I was 20, for cosmetic, of course, I did the rhinoseptoplasty. I was 24 years old, 25.
Oh, you was very young.
24 years old, I was, yes. I did the rhinoseptoplasty, which I love my nose now, so I believe my professor did a very good job. Of course, it changed a bit with the time, but we are talking about 20 years ago, so yes. This is what, and sometimes I do some Botox.
So the Botox, I think, is one of the most common...
Botox, it's something that I do every day, at least 10 times a day.
Wow.
It's a common procedure. Also, you know, like all the procedure, it's not always everything easy. So it should be tailor-made for each patient.
Okay.
Let's be honest, you did it with me and you saw how I did on yourself. And
Yeah,
you told me it
absolutely.
was completely different from the
It's
first
really
time.
changed my face,
So,
100%.
but keeping always a natural look. So you are still
Yeah.
moving your eyes, you're moving your eyebrow in a natural way. And this is what we have to do. There is no a book where you see, okay, it's like the cooking approach book. No, no. Every patient has his own anatomy, his own skin features, so it should be tailor-made. Everything from the Botox to the filler till the procedure, the surgical procedure.
Okay. I have also another question, Doctor. In what age do you recommend to start to make a Botox? Because even here, I try to see a different doctor, a different video on YouTube, but everyone, I think they have a different opinion. So,
You see, the thing is, there is no age.
okay.
Of course, the patient should be above 18 years old. This is by the law. It's not something I say. Above 18 years old for sure. In US, I think it's 16. Here is 18 years old. Depends always by the skin. You can have patient at 20 years old with a lot of mimic expression and they would like to improve it. You can have patient 40 years old that they don't have lines. So the patient evaluation is always a must. Of course, considering that Botox works on the muscles, so not on the skin,
Okay.
younger patient, they don't need it.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that they think that doing Botox every year will reduce the happening of the wrinkles. It is not even in this way. There is, of course, there are several studies showing that the more you do the Botox, earlier you do the Botox, less wrinkles you will have in the future. So we are preventing the aging process, but we cannot stop it. So I would start with something else for younger patients, so
Okay.
biostimulation or something to keep the skin healthy. And then eventually when the skin starts to sag a bit, the muscles are a bit more strong and the skin is showing the first wrinkles, we can do the Botox.
Okay.
Not in pregnant women or breastfeeding women. This is
Okay.
very important.
And then, if someone want to do a Botox, how many times per year do you recommend?
It
these
shouldn't
procedures?
be more than twice a year.
Okay.
Why? Because Botox, normally the average lasting is around 6 months.
Okay.
In the Middle Eastern here, with the Middle Eastern region, with the heat, I would say 4 months is the normal lasting of the procedure, of the Botox. But also, just because our body is a perfect machine, if you do too much often, considering that it's always a foreign body we are injecting, okay, something coming from outside,
Okay.
our body can create a reaction, can stimulate a reaction which is blocking the Botox effect. So we
Interesting.
create antibodies which are stopping the molecule of the Botox. And automatically it will not work anymore. That's why at least you have to wait 4 months before doing another injection, 4 months from the previous treatment. That's why I still say to my patient, do it 5 or 6 months, every 6 months, and it will be fine. So twice a year is the normal.
Okay, but I think especially in Dubai where we have a beach, mostly people they used to go to the beach every week. If you continue, I think to stay exposed of the sun, maybe 1 time or 2 times per year is not enough. Depend also on the skin, I think. Right?
Well, of course, but still the problem is we have to wait at least these 4 months to avoid that our immune system is blocking the Botox forever. So for sure, exposure to the sun reduce the lasting because the heat, it's always an enemy, I would say.
Of course.
But for everything, it's important to always put the sunblock. It's important to always not to expose in the middle of the day when you have the UV rays perpendicular to your skin, to the hard surface. But of course, it's not only the heat, it's not only the sun, it's also the activities, it's also the way the patient is mimicking, is moving his own
Yeah,
or her own
absolutely.
muscles. So I have patient where the Botox lasts 1 year, patient where the Botox lasts 3 months. And one more thing, which is very important, it's the chain of distribution of the Botox, because the heat has a huge impact on the molecule even
Okay.
before being injected. So it is very important to use the proper Botox distributed by the proper distributor following all the normal steps.
Yeah, yes. I ask you this question because when I moved to Dubai in 2021, I was very addicted to the sun. I used to go to the beach, I think 3-4 times per week. and I was super brown. But since that I stopped to go to the beach, my skin, especially my face, is completely changed. So it's much better right now. You know. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
why
of
I
course.
ask you. And which kind of supplements do you recommend to maintain the skin in a healthy way?
Look, you know, here it's a very tough question because each patient might lack some vitamin instead of the other one. I believe for men at least the creatine is something 5 grams sorry per day. It's something that helps not only the recovery post workout, which of course it will be reflecting on your skin as well, but
Okay.
also the brain function. Um, the best supplement you can use for the skin is the water. So
Okay.
drinking a lot of water every day, moisturizing, hydrating your body, it change completely your skin. And also the food. And I notice on myself whenever I eat something which is a bit more elaborated, like a lot of chocolate, my skin change.
Oily.
It's more oily. I have pimples. I have rosacea. Of
Yeah.
course, I cannot be perfect, but mainly, I would say multivitamin is enough, or the approach could be more invasive. Instead of taking supplements, we do IV drip, or like we were saying before, ozone therapy, which is keeping the skin healthy, but not only the skin. Then, of course, hyaluronic acid is what making is the main component of the skin. So collagen, hyaluronic acid. The more we can stimulate the production of these two proteins, better with our skin.
Absolutely. Also, cold shower. No? Cold shower,
Yeah,
I
of
think,
course.
is another strategy
This
to
is something
maintain
now.
the
Yes, yeah,
skin
it's.
healthy.
You should do it with the interval between hot and cold. You know, this passage between the heat and the cold. How many people could do that? I mean, my wife, she needs a very hot water, so she
Same to
would
me.
never. No, I like the
My wife, she like to make the cold shower.
me too.
I don't
I
like.
do lukewarm water and then I switch to cold to regenerate myself
Okay.
always.
Especially, do you like take a cold shower in the morning or in the evening?
In the morning after the gym, 100%.
Wow.
If I take hot shower, I will start sweating and I will finish in the afternoon sweating.
Okay.
I'm honest. I mean, I see people taking 3 showers a day. I take one in the morning, I go to work, or one in the evening if I do surgeries, for example. But also, do not overstimulate your skin. Because, you know, again, our body is a perfect machine. More water you are giving, more soap, more scratching, more inflammation you are
Absolutely.
producing. So
Yeah.
automatically you can have skin exfoliation, which is good sometimes, but sometimes can lead to a dry skin. So there is a balance which we have to follow.
Absolutely.
And it's always there in the good lifestyle and the appreciation of your own mindset. This is the best thing you can have.
Yeah. I want to ask you also another question. You mentioned to us before that also you are doing workshop, right, around the UAE, around
The
Middle
world, I would
East.
say, yes, Middle East.
But what did you do exactly? So
So
during the workshop.
I train other doctors. Majority are dermatologists or GP, general practitioners. I train anatomy, so of the face mainly, to show them which are the landmarks for the injection, which layers we should inject what. So it's about filler, it's about Botox, it's about biostimulation. And then I train also about the body, mainly talking about vaser liposuction, so using the ultrasound, the vaser machine, to perform a liposuction, and of course a body filler, talking about buttocks augmentation with hyaluronic acid, which is a huge trend lately. I find a lot of doctors asking always to train them, to show them how to do that. If you know the anatomy, it's easy.
Okay.
So that's why my training are based mainly on the anatomical feature of the buttocks and of course the face.
Okay.
And literally, I would tell you I'm training all over the world because I did Asia many times, Middle East every month, Europe. So yeah, quite
Also
proud
in
of
Italy?
that. Also in Italy, yes, also in Italy.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So always around the world. So
Yeah, I'm now they said they want to send me to South America. So once I will go there, I would tell you will be almost complete. Australia is missing, But I did Asia, I did China, I did Vietnam, I did Korea. So, I mean, people can travel from there.
Okay, okay.
Bali.
So before to finish our podcast, I want to ask you another question. Do you have some advice that you can give to our follower to maintain the skin healthy?
Yeah.
If you have some...
There was a movie
okay.
where the main actress is Julia Roberts, which is based in Italy, and it's called Eat, Pray, Love, which is true. Eat well, pray that the aging is slowing,
Okay.
and love, because if you feel good, everything is fine. But now, joke aside, how we maintain the skin healthy? First of all, being healthy ourselves. I suggest often to my patient to do some skin routine. So from the simple facials with my beauty therapist till the laser, which is a bit more invasive procedure, always with the laser technician, or eventually doing also mesotherapy or biostimulators, from the most natural, which is the PRP, so your own blood taken, centrifuge and re-injected, to the late news, which is the salmon DNA. We have thousands of products, thousands of protocol, and thousands of procedure we can offer to the patient. The most important thing is to do it according to what the patient needs. If I have a patient with a good skin, nice texture, nice volume of the face, I don't even ask the patient if they want a filler, because for me, they don't need it. They ask me something to keep it healthy. Okay, eat well, do some facial. You can use a microneedling, for example, just to keep stimulating the skin. Sunblock, it's always very important. And I'll tell you something, and this is something that Zaino Baggi taught me. You know, I started in Dubai in 2016 working with Zaino Baggi in Jumeirah Beach Road. You know what is the main cause of aging of your skin, of the face? Guess.
I think the food.
No? Someone from the back stage said sun. No?
Stress.
No. Because this is the main reason.
Oh.
Yes, the screens, the computer, the radiation.
I didn't know.
We spend hours in front of these things.
Okay.
And this, of course, the latest one less, because there are these retina screen, all these things. But this is the first cause of aging of our skin in our face.
I didn't know.
And if you think, try to think yourself. How many hours you spend under the sun? How many hours you spend in front of this, in front of the TV, in front of the iPad, in front of the computer?
We are always connected with the phone, TV, computer.
So just try to protect your skin. Sunblock, it's something you can apply every day. Women could be a base for the makeup. Men is just a cream. You don't have to put the 100 plus. You can put a 30 plus, just a nice moisturizing cream with sunblock. So protect your skin. And yes, you will not stop the aging process. The goal is to slow it down.
Okay. Thank you so much, Doctor, for sharing your story.
My pleasure.
Your mindset with us today. I really appreciate your time that you put into this conversation and also into this podcast of Ring&REPS. Guys, if you like this podcast, put like and comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel of Ring&REPS, and see you in the next episode.
Thank you very much, and goodbye to everyone.